And there we go. That microphone is on. At least I hope it is. Let me look. And it says it's on. It's moving. It's going up and down and things like that. Anyway, welcome everyone. Glad to have you all on board today. It is September the 4th, a Sunday here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and the year being 2022. And welcome to all the wonderful people in the stream already. And we'll start out by saying hi to the moderators. I see Arizona Snowman is there. Oink. And welcome. Glad to have you on board here. Piggy is also here doing her thing. And that is really cool. And then we may see a C&D boy and 24/7 24/7 live AZ Skies like Gary, hiding in the background perhaps. C&D boy is probably out fishing or something right now. But anyway, that's kind of the moderators. On occasion, we'll have Joseph Fields official, but Sundays is quite a busy day at the church and stuff for him. So I'll leave that one alone, and we'll continue with our good stuff, or not so good stuff that we got to report here for today. We'll start out by saying hi to everyone, and I'm going to try to keep on track today and not to bump around too much. First off, I'm going to say welcome, and number one today was Linda. Linda there, and wow, Irish Monk. I was getting to that next. Linda gets the cookies. She was first, and Irish Monk. Okay, now he just threw in a super chat. Anyway, he says us monopads have a little money at the moment. Oh, geez, you didn't even need to do that, Irish. That's all right. Anyway, for those who are wondering what happened to Irish Monk, you can read the update that is pinned up top there, just so you can see. That way he doesn't have to repeat himself a couple thousand times, and hopefully that is all good. So thank you kindly, Irish Monk, for the €2 super chat. That's awesome. I appreciate it, even though you didn't have to, you know that. Anyway, yeah, Irish Monk, pogo stick. No, B-Mat, don't get him going. He's going to try doing a one-legged pogo stick thing, and he's going to break his other one, and he'll definitely end up needing a wheelchair. And, oh, there, Linda sends a couple of cookies, stacks of cookies over to Irish Monk, and that is kind of what it is. Yeah, you know, having a...
north, and there's my team here. We've been sampling.
Hang on, how come I'm hearing a noise?
There's the science hill with all the scientists, and there's a fence separating it from the
I'm hearing
hill,
noise.
which is over there.
What's going on? All right, I'm hearing my own stream here for some reason. Shouldn't be. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Maybe that's in this recorded video. Yep, it was too. Darn it! I was wondering whose voice that was. It sounded good. Anyway, got rid of that. Okay. No worries. I was recording stuff there, so that is all right. Let me get back to the stream here. There we go. Voiceover, the voiceover. Yeah. Sends goats. What did I miss here? Anyway, yeah. Irish Monk is slowed down a bit. He's a monopod, but he's going to have to be using a tripod stance to get around with a couple crutches, from what I understand. But in 20 weeks, he should be back to reasonably good shape, and we hope. Anyway, welcome to the rest of you wonderful good people. And we'll start out by saying hi to everyone, and welcome to Evie and Henry and Nelson Let's see, John Raper is here. Linda Schoof, of course, got the wonderful cookies right off the bat there. Talking about bats, there's BMAT, William Kershaw. No, hang on, I forgot the middle name now. Darn it! William Kershaw III, something. I forgot the middle initial. Darn it! We'll figure that one out later. Never mind. Oh boy. Anyway, Sue Hayes also in the house. John Raper, I think we got you. Linda, we got. Kevin Haynes, welcome. Irish Monk is here, of course. His monopod attitude today. Oh, mummy of hamsters. Thank you, and welcome, Uncle Doc, she says. Okay. Going up some more. Did I say Sue Hayes? How about Grandma B? Good to have you back, Grandma B. And going up a little bit more here. Let's see what else we've got. I see a super chat just popped up there while I was down on the bottom. A little something to add to your rent and utility fund. Why, awesome, Grandma, oh, mummy of hamsters. Oh, a mummy of hamsters. Writing it down here. And thank you kindly. That is awesome. Appreciate that $5 super chat. And going up some more. Going to hide that, and we'll see if we get everyone. Kevin Haynes, welcome. Sue Hayes, we got. Okay, going up some more. Vincent Afton, welcome back. And going up a little more, looking for more wonderful names. Hermione Schaefer, good to have you back on board. And of course, Hermione can see the lettering now. Apparently, her brother figured out how to make it a little bit bigger for her as far as the print on the screen. So she's now able to see the messages to her a little bit better. Don Arnold also here, as well as I already mentioned, Oh Mummy of Hamsters, throwing in that wonderful super chat. And going up a little more, seeing who else snuck in. And we got Sue, we got Don Arnold. Aloha. And who else we got in here? Going, looking through all the wonderful names. A lot of chatty people, which is really good. And that means the happy family is happy. And going up some more here, looking for more wonderful names. We got Linda, we got... who am I missing in here? A lot of people chatting, but a lot of repeats. And that is okay, though. And if there's others in here that do want to chat, and don't be afraid, these people that are chatting in the chat room are very, very nice, very courteous, and very welcoming. And I'm all the way up at the top, so I don't see anybody else there. And we do have a very good lava family here, so we are a welcoming bunch. Cananesca's Country also made it in, as well as Phil and Trevor the Wonky Donkey. And let's see, did I miss anyone else while I was going up? Looking. We got, Sharon Stewart, Howdy Doc, and all clicks in as number 39 today. Welcome, glad to have you on board. And I think that is good for right now. Yeah, that was my bad, Oh Mummy of Hamsters. I'm sorry. I was just, again, reading the wrong lines. So, but I do appreciate it, and thank you kindly. Hope I didn't make too much of a fool of myself there. Oh, anyway. Let's get at stuff here and see what else happens. If I did not call your name out, I do apologize. People like Kirst Chaplin, who just popped in, may have not been seen, and it just kind of rolls by and stuff like that. So we try to say hi to everyone, and welcome, Kirst, by the way, and trying to keep it very happy and a good mood in here, and so far we've succeeded in making a very good lava family. So it is one of those nicer places to go. Anyhow, let's get at things here. All a part of the charm that is Dr. Fox. Thank you very kindly, oh mummy of hamsters. And it's one of those things. The charm. I like it. Okay. Anyway, you are seeing canned lava on there, of course. That is from the 12th of August is what we've got on the screen. I am so glad he did not. He did that for me yesterday. He asked if I wanted that. It is a lot better. Excellent Hermione, and yeah, I'm glad that you can see things. That always does help. You know, even going up 1 or 2 sizes in I find is a little easier. Sometimes it's just way too small, and you know, even with reasonably good eyesight, it's too small. So it's one of those things. Anyway, let's get at our volcanoes, and we'll start going around and having a look at things. And I think what we'll try to do is hit the ones that are still lit up for now. And what I'm going to do first off is actually stop our recording, and then we'll get rid of the big banner, and we'll get the little banner out of there. And of course, there it is, Siggy Fisher. And today, right now, it is live, and that is what we were looking at. We do see some smoke coming off certain areas, and that is okay. We don't mind that. We hope there's lava, though. That would be really nice if we could see some lava. Unfortunately, not happening yet. And I kind of was talking with Yvonne a little bit earlier before she went back to bed, and she mentioned that she might be here in the stream, but she also mentioned it's been 14 days, and I know what that means. Things after 14 days start to stagnate, so it is one of those things. Hi Tetra, good to have you back. Good to see you. DJ Puff the Third also popped in. Welcome, DJ. And DJ, you don't have to use caps for Hermione anymore. She's got bigger print, so that's all good. And anyway, so yeah, getting back to our Siggy Fisher here. It's kind of up in the air if we're going to see something. Now, seismic activity has increased, but seismic energy has decreased, if that makes any sense to you. And I know that's, it's kind of interesting to see that, but we'll get at a couple things here to try to explain that. But for right now, I think it's important that we have a look at what we see for our harmonic tremor chart to kind of work on it. And there it is. And let me refresh that though, and we'll get it refreshed. And then we will see exactly what we have right now. There we go. Okay, so we can see there is a lot of activity there, and it is up and it is down. So that is kind of what we've got right now, and it is like I say, it is heading back down. I'm not liking that part. I was hoping the upswing was going to continue, but not the case. So that's kind of what we're looking at. We do see quite a few little tremors and quakes in there, and that usually indicates some movement, but we're not seeing anything as of yet. And I think at this point in time, what would be helpful is if we take a look at the earthquake map and just see what we've got in there. Let me get to the right one. There it is. And first off, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, and I want to indicate up here that we have some, now we're set for 24 hours. That up here, this one was considered a 3, and that is 9.6 kilometers down. That was from yesterday at 22:53. So that is kind of what we've got there. But you notice there's a whole bunch, and that's almost a straight line coming down here. And then you can kind of follow the major path all the way through. But let's, before we delve into the close-ups here, let's just take a look at something else that I thought was very interesting. Now, since we had those quakes, this is the other one that I wanted to jump into here, and let me get on this map. So first off, we see this one up here, and this is a new, or fairly new, was from 1317 yesterday, and that is a 4.5. Okay, and that is just to the north of Iceland, and this is where our mess is now that we were looking at, with those close to 3s, and they did have them reported on here before. They do have them on the other map, but I did see this one up here, and that is quite interesting. But if we slide down the mid-Atlantic ridge, this line here, and remember yesterday I was saying we had that little guy here. We're going to see something else on the mid-Atlantic ridge, and sure enough, there is a 6.9 on the African kind of crop out here, if you want to call it that. But that is what we're seeing. That is a sizable quake. That is probably in conjunction with everything moving here. And I'm not sure exactly how much is moving and where it is moving, but the fact that we see this here, and we see all the quakes happening in Iceland, we've seen the quake here in the Azores, now we're seeing a very large quake down here, makes you wonder what is going on. And again, I'm not an expert in plate tectonics and how everything moves and turns. I just wanted to check this 5.1 here real quick. Nothing too bad. Okay, it's always interesting to kind of wonder, are we seeing a continent shifting a little bit, or moving, the actual continents moving? And this is what yeah, everything seems to be shifting. That is right, Linda. And I'm wondering if we are seeing something like the Eurasian continent pulling up a little bit, and then of course the African one also pushing upward, and creating these other quakes that we were seeing in the Azores, as well as the Canary Islands, and very close to Portugal, on the connection plate, or connection fissure here between the Eurasian plate and the North American plate. So a lot of interesting stuff to consider, and I will leave that up to you to wonder about what could be happening, but I don't know. It's just these are oddities that I noticed, and that is important, that we kind of bring those to light. And we had the major stuff here in Greece as well, indicating that we had, well, these quakes in here in the Indian Ocean as well. That was an indicator. Then Piggy ended up getting the ones real close to her in Greece, and now we're seeing more in Iceland, as well as on the actual mid-Atlantic ridge. That's all I'm saying. It's just we don't know what exactly is happening there. Anyway, let's look at the ones that we really do have info on, and I'm more inclined to look at why it's such a swarm here all of a sudden. And We like the swarm, though. That is a good thing, and we really, really do. Looking at, of course, this is our gelding Gedarler, or Ragnar, if you want to call him that. And of course, this is the Siggy Fisher down here. And look at these swarms that we are getting. K-Lear is over here. And then this is the area that we always had the other camera panning to, looking up here to see if there was anything happening. And this is a lot of new stuff in here, just to give some samples. 0.44 happened at 9:46, and that was 6.1 kilometers down. This one, same thing, 6.1 clicks, 936.35. This is a 946.5, 6.3 kilometers down. This guy here, 0.37 from 948, 7.1 kilometers down. This one, 0.25, 6.8 kilometers down. This one, 0.33, 6.1 clicks down. And just as an example, this is these times, 955, 0.55, 6.3 kilometers down. So they're roughly all around that 6 to 7 kilometer mark. And this one's a little more shallow, 5.1 kilometers down from 635. Didn't happen at the same time, but 0.89. So we do have that little bit of a swarm there, indicating that there is something happening. And then we look on the other side here, we kind of have the same thing, only some larger quakes. 1.9, 5.8 kilometers down from 1232. And this one is 943, 1.57, 6.2 kilometers down, kind of that same playground zone the other ones were in. 5.7 kilometers down for this 0.85, 7:56 this morning. And let's just grab one or two more here. 10:17, 0.75, 5.8 kilometers down. And this guy here, 5.2 kilometers down, 0.75 from 945. And I just want to see if something is coming a little more shallow, though. That is 4.8 kilometers down, 6:27 a.m. for the 0.14, 0.16, 4.1 clicks down. Let's see, this guy here, 5.9 for this 0.39 from 1218. And this is 5.9 for the 0.47 that we had at 943. So kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of they are not that shallow, and that is, though, still indicating some movement. This 0.2 here from 6:15 a.m. 5.6 kilometers down. And that's kind of what we got there. I'm wondering, this guy here, a little more shallow, 3.6 kilometers down for this 0.14, and that happened at 11:37. So are we seeing magma movement underneath there? We don't know. It's very possible, but no guarantees. Or are we seeing tectonic movement? And that is the other question. So if we have things shifting, and as we mentioned before, because it's not a true expansion at that plate, it's more what we refer to as a transverse plate boundary, where the two plates are rubbing together, and that does create some friction, of course, and some earthquakes. It's not fully coming apart, pulling apart like you'd pull two pieces of pizza apart, as an example. You know, you'd have the gooey stuff in the middle till it snaps, right? But that is not what we're seeing here. This is sliding along, and yeah, of course it's pizza. I'll be in and out, says Linda. All right. Oh, mommy, I got the Reykjavik grapevine box. Oh my God. You got the grapevine box? Wow. Is there something in there? Anyway, we do see a few more quakes out here, and that is out on the ridge. the Rikens Ridge, and of course that was from 1245, 2.04, 22 kilometers down, and this is why I'm thinking the action we're seeing is tectonic rather than magmatic. So this could be a good indicator. This is a 1.47, 21.2 kilometers down. There's another one underneath there. No, it's not the same. That's the same one. I want the other one. A 4.2. There we go. A 1.42, 24.1 or 2 almost from 9 minutes after midnight. And that is quite a distance down again. So that's a good indicator that, this may all be tectonic in action. This one 14 kilometers down, or 14 and a half, 1.3 from 1:40 a.m. There we go. So that is what posted the Y2 of. Oh, okay. We'll have to maybe grab that link and just pop that link in here so we can see what's going on there. That would be interesting, and we'll have to have a look. Oh, they got a lava chocolate bar inside there? For real? Holy mackerel, we'll have to get one. How do we get it? All right, spill the beans, oh mummy of hamsters. How did you get that box? Is that what you... I'm hoping that's the right one. Yeah. All right, I'm trying to figure this out. Now you got me going. All right. We'll figure it out. If there's free chocolate, I want some. It's on Oh Mummy's channel. What? Where did you get it in what? Iceland rocks. All right, we're gonna have to somebody get her link for her channel, and we'll have to see what we can find out there. I'm curious. I like free chocolate. Oh, even though it's not made in Iceland, I still like it. Anyway, let's carry on with our wonderful stream here and look at a couple of more things that are kind of interesting. And of course, we get out into our ice fields between Grimsbotn and Bardabunga here. We kind of go out and we see one that's 2.12 from 1433 today, 11 kilometers down. So that is sizable. A very small one here at Astja, 0.07, 5.2 clicks down, was actually from yesterday at 2250. And Dr. Fox, the box had 2 books, Volcano Salt, Hern Chocolate Bar, The Best of Iceland Guide, a copy of Reykjavik Grapevine, and a chunk of lava from our volcano. Wow, that is awesome, and that would be really cool. Okay, oh mummy of hamsters, how did you get it? And that is the question. How did you apply for it, or what did you do to have to go get that box? That is what I'm curious about. So that would be interesting to know. All right. Is bleeding. I'll be right back. Cut my arm on a piece of wire this morning. Yep, get yourself patched up there, Arizona snowman. We don't need leakage anywhere. That would not be good. Okay. You go to a shop on the channel. It cost me 99 euros plus shipping. Wow. Worth every penny. I ordered it from Reykjavik Grapevine store. Okay, so 99 euros plus shipping, and that's like about $100. Um, Interesting, very interesting. Okay, cool. Um Peroxide, then band-aids. Yep, he needs that. Hey, C&D boy is in here. Cool. Glad to have you on board. Anyway, as we just looked at Astja, we've seen that, and then of course we see a 1.56 or 1.55 out here, 9.6 kilometers down, 1528 was the time on that, and then we see all of these out here, and they aren't showing anything newer up top anymore, but we know there's others that were further out that may not have been within their realms. Anyway, this 2.3, 6.9 kilometers down from 1602. Then we have this guy here, 2.8, and that was basically 82 meters down, very close to the surface at 10:25 a.m. on that guy. This next one here, 1:07 a.m., 2.8, 135 meters down. So again, very close to the surface. And there we go. Linda Schoof. Wow, that is awesome. Thank you very kindly, Sharon Stewart. That's really cool. Sharon Stewart. Okay, and wow, that is awesome, Sharon. That is very, very kind of you for your grapevine box dock. Wow. I'll have to give that a shot. Thank you very kindly. Wow, you're blowing me away here, Sharon. That is really awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So 2253 for this 2.96 or just about 3, and 9.6 kilometers down. And that kind of makes you wonder what, what is really truly happening here. The latest one, of course, was, well, that's a 2. I want the 1.9 here. That is the fresher one. There we go. 1.9, 5.2 kilometers down as well from 1518 Iceland time. They also had a 1.3 there, 1.1 kilometers down from 1629. And that gives you a pretty good idea, though, when you see that straight line. That really does kind of sort of indicate and follow the actual mid-Atlantic ridge right through, and that to me would indicate that we've got some tectonic movement happening, and that is something really kind of different. Typically we see smaller things and more volcano, magmatic movement, but there may be magmatic movement in there as well, so we will see what we got. So let me just get in here, and mummy of hamsters just threw in the link. Control C. Whoop. Let me see if I can do that again. Copy, and we'll paste that in here. So typing mummy of hamsters, and this is the link here, and so if you want to go over there and have a look at that, you are more than welcome to do so. Okay, I am going to take that break, you guys, or we're going to get there. I'm going to throw this back onto our volcano for right now, as soon as I find where the heck it went, and we'll see what we can do here. It is hot here today, but nowhere near as hot as yesterday, and hoping that today, well, I think today will be the last day that we really get this heat. So it is pretty cool, or pretty hot. Cool, it's not cool. Well, I don't like the idea of winter coming, but it's going to end up coming. anyway, we'll throw my temperature in here just for giggles and have a look, and we'll see. And oh yeah, it's only 31°C. And while we're at just having some giggles here for a second, I did have a bacon seed that was sent in to me. This one was not from Piggy, and this one is actually kind of a little bit on the rude side. Typically, I don't show stuff like this, but I thought it was hilarious nonetheless, and I think we need to have a look at this before we see anything else. So this is a kind of a quiz, but let's see what we can show you here. And please don't be offended. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to say that. I was going to use the back line for it, but you have a look yourself, and please do not hurt yourself laughing too hard. Okay, please. That is very, very important. And on that note, I know this is not usually stuff that we post, but I just thought it was very, very hilarious. So read it carefully, and if you are having trouble understanding it from a different language, please let us know. We will explain it to you. And anyway, yeah, send that to me. I will, Piggy. I will be happy to. It's not funny, you guys. It's not funny at all. Okay. Let us get back to what I said. So I hope I did not offend anyone. It's just one of those things. We had to do it, and it's really there. So, okay, it is break time for all those good people who are here. If you have not yet hit the like button, by all means, do hit it if you want to help out. And Hidley Man BC, welcome back. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. It's break time though for me right now, and what you see on the screen, of course, is our volcano at present. But because it's not throwing any lava out, I am going to give you some canned lava to look at, and there it is. And of course, we'll put the little thing on the bottom there. That was recorded on the 12th of August, just so you know, so there is no question there. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I am going to take a break and possibly go have a look at that link for Old Mummy of Hamsters stuck there. I want to see what's going on, and thank you very much, Sharon Stewart. That is awesome. Okay, let me get to it, and I'll be back in about 5 or so minutes. Keep smiling, play nice in the lava, and I'll be back. Music. There, music is on. All right, I'll be back in 5. Thanks. And there we go. We're back. And microphone is back on. Piggy says, welcome back. DrFox2000 Daddy XX. We are receiving you loud and clear. Oh boy. Welcome back, Uncle Doc from Old Mummy of Hamsters. And Sharon Stewart says, I can hear you. DrFox2000. Thanks, Sue and Kevin and BMAT and Alma Girl. That is all awesome. And okay, we're good for now. All right, let's carry on with what we're doing. Of course, let's stop our wonderful stuff from before. We'll take off and go to other places. This, of course, is what it is actually looking like right now, this very minute, out there in Iceland at our Sigi Fisher. It is fairly light there, still at 8:39 in the evening, or 20:39 if you want to use the 24-hour method. Nevertheless, that is what we're seeing. I still haven't seen this slump down anymore. This is interesting, though. This whole piece in here, the reason that you see the lighter material is this is all sagged down, and we may see that drop in the future. We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping that we're still going to get some lava in here. I really do, and we're keeping our fingers crossed for that. I want to pop out to the Azores before we lose the light, and then we'll go over to Sicily, since it's already dark there. But Azores, of course, there you can see it before it gets too dark. And of course, what we're looking at there is the Pico Island over on the other side here, and that is Mount Montana, previously referred to as Mount Pico, or the Pico volcano, way back when, but they call it Mount Montana. Anyway, that's Pico Island. Very difficult to see Fayal Island, but it is just right there. And of course, we are on the island of Sao Jorge, and or Sao Jorge, if you want to say it in Spanish. Anyway, lights are on in the harbor, and we see the little town lights on there too. Pretty awesome, and sun is setting for those good people. Let us move on here, and I am pleased to hear Irish monk is on the mend, and also that he's forgiven the goat. He fell off the great grandfather in what? He fell off my great grandfather in what was it, 1887, and broke his toe, and forgave my grandfather. All right. Well, that is awesome. There, Trevor. Okay. All right. Poor Irish monk. He's just getting it from everybody. Anyway, there's a wonderful cove. It's already starting to get a little too dark there, but you can see the cove, and there's volcanic rock standing up there. Not too much white water down on the bottom of the beach front, and that is kind of what we look for here. So there is a little bit of wave action, but it's not that terribly bad right now. Anyway, we're not here for waves. We're here for wonderful earthquakes and stuff, and looking at other things. And of course, the thing is, today is the 4th. And what we see here is on the 3rd, and those were from the 3rd, the 1.8 and the 1.9, and unfortunately we aren't seeing anything else on this particular map. It always pays to look at other maps, and we're going to refresh this one since yesterday that showed us kind of the same thing. We had those two, but there were multiple others in other locations around the area. So let's have a look here and see what we've got. Even though we didn't have anything on Sao Jorge, we are seeing some in the area. So we have this guy here 10 hours ago, 2.5. And that is kind of out in one of the older calderas underneath the water. We also have this one here, and that is 1 hour and 42 minutes ago, 2.1, sitting in another place where it's very susceptible to shifting between the plates. And this is an hour and 49 minutes ago, 2.2. And just a quick reminder, this is kind of the joining spot where we have the African plate and the Eurasian plate come together, as well as the North American plate. So here you can see the mid-Atlantic ridge coming down, and of course this in here, it's kind of in no man's land. It's almost a triangle here, but that is where there's a lot of fissures in there. And the primary one kind of goes in and goes into the Strait of Gibraltar, dividing up the two continents. So Eurasian plate, African plate, and North American plate, and giving you a pretty good idea of where it is. So nothing on Sao Jorge, and of course Sao Jorge is this guy here, and there's Mount Montana on Pico Island and Fayal Island. The other volcano, of course, is over here, and I always have a hard time trying to remember the name of that island, and it is Isle Tercera. And if we zoom in, let's see, terrain. No, we want satellite. Where's that? There it is. And when we zoom in, we can see the volcano right there. And that is the other one that is yellow, cold yellow in their area, so some activity. But you know, it's interesting when you look at all these little sections down here, that is all farmland, and that is pretty awesome. So if something did happen here, of course, that would really mess things up for the communities in that area as far as livelihoods. Okay, leaving that alone, we do see our quakes, and they're down here around Miguel Island, I guess, and then, of course, nothing showing up on Sao George today. And there we go. I need chocolate back in a bit. Okay, Louise, no worries. Anyway, let's leave the Azores be then, and we will head back over. Wanted to pop into Sicily and just have a look there. Really not a heck of a lot going on in our good old Sicily. If we go back a couple of hours, let's see, I think I got to go more than that. I think I got to go 3 hours or something to get some daylight. Yeah. So that is 2 hours back. This is about 3 hours ago. And that's kind of what we've seen. A little bit of a cloud over top, but not a heck of a lot showing as visible smoke coming off of there. A few little plumes here and there, and nothing super outrageous. If we go back another hour or so, hang on, I'm just trying to find a good spot here where we've seen a kind of a little bit of something coming up. Right about here, I think. Yeah, there you can see a little bit of a plume as the sun is setting, and of course the silhouette effect really helps here, showing some of the little puffs of smoke coming up. Now, with it being silhouetted, it is really hard to tell how dark and dirty that ash is, if there is a lot in there. But that is what we're seeing, and that was at 7:11 their time, 7:11 p.m. in Sicily. So pretty awesome looking. If we go back during the day, it was kind of a mess with the smoke again heading towards the camera view, so very difficult to see. This is about 7 hours ago, roughly, same thing. If we back up about 8 hours, 8 hours 15 minutes ago, still the same. Gives you a pretty good idea though of what it was like. And no increase or anything like that in seismic activity, so everything is quiet. That is about 10.5 hours ago, and this is about 11.5 hours ago. And you can see the smoke has changed a little bit there. It was a lot more white stuff in there again. It's rather than the dirtier ash material that we normally see come up. So clean smoke, I guess, for the most part. And that is kind of what we're seeing in Sicily right now, or well, we did at 11:18 a.m. And welcome to the Lavaliers there, Mr. Scott Hartman. Glad to have you on there. Greetings from Avalon, from King Colin Deadman. And good evening or morning, Yvonne Kunkel. Glad to have you on board. And there's your good old volcano. And we were just talking about it. It is there. Look at how nice it is there. You could have enjoyed your day there on your vacation. Oh, too much fun. That is really, really good. Anyway, let's leave that alone. And I did want to try to look at Stromboli. Oh, hang on. Is that going to actually work? Oh my God, did they have the cameras up? I bet not. I bet not. No, and here's the problem. There's no cameras showing there for Stromboli, and I'm unhappy. I wish they were there. But they did have them trying to work. But anyway, that is Volcano the other volcano, and again, you can't see it because of where it is. And no, we can't go back in time on this one because it is the ING feed, and unfortunately we're not seeing that. So that is kind of what we got. Anyway, we'll put it back over to this one and put it back to live right now, and that is what it is right now. Of course, it is 22:51, or about 9 minutes before 11 p.m. there in Sicily. All right, let's carry on going to other volcanoes that we probably can't see. And here's one now. That is Popocatépetl. Doesn't it look nice? And I think Popocatépetl is always such a nice volcano. And unfortunately, the weather has been so bad that we have no video and no appearances. Usually in the mornings we see it with a little bit clearer weather, but no such luck today. And even when we have a look here, we cannot see a darn thing. That's 7:23 a.m. Same gray as what we had later on. Let's take a look at the other one, see if there was anything visible. And no, it doesn't look like it. So I don't believe we're going to see, oh, hang on, I see some blue sky here for a second. Yeah, there's blue sky. That is about 8 hours ago. Yeah, very little, but nothing visible. So, hang on, maybe in the wee hours here we might find something. 6:06 a.m. We almost see something, a light on the side of the mountain, but that is it. So, yeah, very difficult to see anything when they've got all that bad weather in there. Anyway, we're going to put that one back to live. Same with this one, so I know where I'm at. Did try to bring up Fuego as well. I'm going to try one more time, refresh, see if they're on. No, they're not. So Fuego is in the same kind of boat. And I am surprised, though, down in Nicaragua, mind you, this volcano is a little bit more to the east. So it's probably not getting hit with as much of that nasty stuff that they are on the western coasts of Central America. But anyway, this is Cerro Negro in Nicaragua. It was kind of throwing up some steam and dirty stuff earlier here, but on this picture it looks pretty clean. And next one on our list, of course, is Masaya, which is also in Nicaragua. And we can definitely see the plume of heat and ash and everything coming out of there. Of course, you can see the caldera fairly well up top here. So good view, but nothing major, and of course no lava to look at. And let's carry on and see what else we've got for volcanoes. And here we go to Merapi. And Merapi, oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong one. I went to Semeru instead. They all look alike, you know. Anyway, there's Merapi. And it really didn't make me happy. I didn't see any lava. And I was hoping, and of course, you know, that's what we want, is we want to see lava flow, and there really was very, very little, if anything, coming out of it. Scanning across, I think it's off-gassing, but it's really not throwing as much lava out as it has in the past. This actually looks not bad. You can actually see it fairly well at, oh, what is it, 1949 yesterday their time. So but no lava, and that is kind of a shame. And this is where it came out of the clouds, and unfortunately, like I say, it's you know, just the way it is. No lava. I wish there was some, but nothing there. And we'll have to leave that guy be. Oh, hang on, maybe there is something, and we can take a look here. No, false alarm. It's just clouds. I was hoping. That is from 12:53 yesterday, so it should have been some lava there. Darn it! All right, let's put it back to regular stuff, and we'll pop over to Ruapehu and that one too, because of the bad weather. Very unlikely that we're going to see much of the mountain. We do see the base of it, and we see the snow line there, but the volcano is hiding right behind here, and unfortunate that we can't see it any better. And even if we go ahead in time, well, almost see all of it actually, right there. And yep, we do. The clouds lifted just enough, but they're not zoomed in on it right now. So that's what we're seeing, you guys, and that is kind of it. And let's leave Ruapehu there. That, of course, is in New Zealand, for those who are not familiar with that. We'll put it back to Merapi, and let's have a look at Semeru. And this is Semeru at 3:56 a.m., 3:57 a.m. You can see it smoking up top, and has a plume popping out of there. Let me get on to the right one here. And I wanted to see if we can go back a little bit and see if there was a spot where we've seen any lava, but I know it was right around here. I think that's the moon lighting this up in the background here, so that's why it's so light. But if we go ahead a little bit, we should be able to see a plume pop up very shortly. And there, oh, we do see a little bit of light, lava. We do have lava, and not by much, but there is a little bit there, and a little tiny plume coming up. So we do have something happening there indeed, but that was about the extent of it. The rest of it, it was in cloud, and unfortunately really nothing to look at. I'm just scanning across real quick to look for more spots here where it was actually visible, and it really was not. So 3 minutes, and thank you Piggy and Colin, till the release of the pet-o-pop. What the heck is a pet-o-pop? Anyway, all right, we'll be careful with the Kraken release, and that's going to be interesting to see. Okay, looking at what do we got here? They changed things. All right, I see what they did. Never mind. But anyway, that is the only thing that we see coming out of Semeru right now. And of course, I've been trying to see if there are any feeds coming from Raung, and it has not come to any fruition. So I'm still looking for a feed from Raung, and we'll see what happens in the near future. Anyway, it is time for me to go take another break. We do have bacon seeds coming up afterwards, and that is all cool. Let's get this thing working here in the right direction. I'll get you back to some wonderful canned lava, and unfortunately, and we'll throw that on the screen, and let's see, and we'll push that live. There we go, and that should pop on there shortly. Send Irish Monk all the best. Hope he will be okay. Yeah, he's got a long time to heal, but you know, time is really irrelevant for an old guy like that. 1,196 years old. He should be okay. Anyway, that is good there, and I am going to see what I can do after. Of course, after the break, we will have our wonderful bacon seeds. So fear not, those are coming. and then we will go through the rest of what we've got, and hopefully we'll get somewhere with this wonderful stuff and really be cool. So I cannot see anyone called Yvonne. Oh, Y Kunkel. If you're looking at Y period Kunkel, Louise, that is Yvonne Kunkel is who it is, and just so you know. Um, and okay, hopefully that makes sense. And she's saying to hi to Hermione, and all right, hopefully that hopefully that works out. Okay, so I'm gonna go for that break, you guys. Be good. I keep smiling, and we'll see you in about 5 or 6 minutes or so. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and subscribe if you're new and you want to join the adventures here. I'll be back in a bit. Don't go away. Thanks. And there we go. Microphone is back on. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you on board. And Dr. Fox, we thought you got lost. Was getting worried. Hey, no worries, Piggy. There was a trail of carrots all over the place, and I found my way back. I was actually looking for a long stick, and you know, to put over top of the donkey, and never mind. Long story. Anyway, thank you for the wonderful welcome backs from Sue and Yvonne. Thank you. And Mona Alfano also in the house. And Sharon Stewart says, I hear you, DrFox2000. And oh my God, the carrots are coming. Thanks, GJ Puff III. Welcome. And Holy, look at all these carrots. Boy, the Wonky Donkey is going to have a feast. I think that would be pretty cool. And 5x5 from BMAT. Thanks, William. And of course, hey, I seen a person in my recording. That is cool. Thanks, Colin. And apples too. Holy mackerel. New tail on a donkey. Okay, pin new tail. Oh, did you? And that would be a nasty. I mean, a nice piggy. All right, let's get over to the bacon seeds. We wanted to see that, and let me stop this for right now. And that should be stopped. Yep, it is. And we will go have a look at our wonderful bacon seeds. And of course, for those good people who were here yesterday, you will probably remember this was our last one, and that was noodles and noodles of fun. And of course, this little piggy enjoyed that. So let's get on with it and see what wonderful piggies do on very hot days. And that is very nice. And yep. There we go. Okay, this is what piggies do on hot days. They enjoy their ice creams, and that is really good and lovely. We like it. And, you know, did I ever say piggies are messy eaters? But anyway, that is pretty cool. So the boat is in. Well, we don't know about the boat being in, but hang on, let's double check and see. Is the ice cream boat there? Can you run down there and get some? Yeah, there is one ice cream boat there. You guys can go get some. You can see the stack there. So, yep, hurry down. Go get an ice cream if you want. But anyway, let's get back to bacon seeds here. That is more important. So, anyway, next one is this guy here. Or gal, and look at the smile on this little piggy. You know, it really amazes me to see them smile. It is awesome. It really is. And it definitely shows some character in there. You know, they do have their own little minds and able to think a little bit. So, model wannabe. Yeah, and that is right. So, let's see what we've got for our next one. And there we go, talking about chocolate and strawberry. They each get their own flavor, and of course that is delicious, you guys. So yeah, enjoy it, and that is pretty nice. Ice cream, not a piggy. What? John, I had a chocolate covered one earlier. Are you sure it wasn't a chocolate covered piggy? Oh boy. Anyway, enjoying the outside hot temperatures, and of course ice cream is the ideal thing to cool off, and that is really good. Next one, and after you're done eating your ice cream, of course you're going to go back and suntan some more, and enjoy your afternoon. So that would be pretty awesome. And pork chops tomorrow night's dinner. Okay. Mona Alfano says 110 degrees today. Wow. that is warm there, hot there. Speaking of hot, somebody was saying that Yvonne was a geologist. No, Yvonne likes hot rocks. That makes her a volcanologist. So, never mind. Okay, bad humor. Okay, I'll back to bacon seeds. And then once the sun hides and you can play a little bit, you can go play ball for a little while. I think that would be awesome. And I know that poor piggy looks like it's trying to rest on top of the ball because it's just too much work in the hot weather. So that's what we've got. And let's pop on the next one. And this, of course, is playing around some more. And this is a very, very rare species of a pig. It's actually the unipig, and they're very, very rare. You might find one out in the wild somewhere, but unipigs are hard to find. If you do happen to find one, please report it to us immediately. We really would like to see it. They are an endangered species, so that's a unipig, yes. And I want to be a pigacorn. Pigacorn. I thought you guys were called unipigs, but okay, pigacorn. Either or. Unipiggy, and that is all good. Okay, one more bacon seed for today, you guys, and that is this lovely little duo, and they're singing to us. Of course, they are basking out in the sunshine and the pool. They've got the shark towel out behind them there, and I guess kind of ready, set for a bling of a night, if you will. So very, very cool. And going on a date. Yeah, I don't know if they're going on a date, possibly, but they look good anyway. That is nice. They're wearing shark outfits. Okay, what? Put fits? Put fits. Okay, that is hard to pronounce. You mean shark outfits? But okay, they are sharks, so watch out. Dun, 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 dun. Never mind. Shark outfits. Got it, piggy. And that is all good. Piggy sharks. Look, need to trim the trotters. Uh-oh. Yep, might have to do that. Anyway, that's it for our bacon seats today, and Daddy Shark Doo-Doo. Oh, let's get that song going, and that'll be stuck in your head all day. I'm not going to go there. And of course, we seen the other one here, which was not Piggy's thing, and that was this one. I just figured I'd throw that in real quick. And what do you get when you pick a pig's nose? And you can read the rest yourself. And it's not funny. But anyway, okay, it is fine. All right, that's it for bacon seeds today, you guys. And let's carry on with our other volcanoes and see what else we've got. Yeah, I know. Isn't that horrible? We'll take that off of there, and I'll leave it on the other one because that looked nicer. There we go. These little sharks, and that is really, really good. Okay, let's carry on here, and of course, since we already peeked and seen the ice cream boat was in, I don't know if it's still there. Let's have a quick look. Yep, it is still parked down there. And we will get over there. There we go. You can see it right in there. So if you did go down to go get your ice cream, it's good. If you didn't, it's down here, down the road, and at the lights, just hang that left and go down to the dock, and you'll see the big signs. Anyway, subject matter here, of course, is Sakurajima, and there it is right there. if we go to the other shots slightly closer, and we can see that it is still erupting, still throwing out some heavy smoke again, and a little more intense than it was a day or so ago. It had stopped for a little while, but then it started again. This, of course, is the close-up view of the crater, and we do see that smoke coming off of there fairly heavily, but I'm not sure if that is going to continue to erupt, but you never know, and that is always interesting to see. Let's put it back onto that one. Ice cream boat's leaving, guys, and they're just taking off now. But if you're down there, you want to wait. The next one will be coming fairly soon, so fear not. We'll make sure we stick around here. And let's see, this, of course, going over to Aso. Aso is another one of Japan's finer volcanoes. And Aso, of course, is kind of almost hiding in the clouds. You can't see the caldera, and you can see the steam coming out of it. It is raining in the area right now, and that's kind of what we see. So it is listed as a green, though, so not active. We do still see a lot of steam coming out of it, though, because the floor of the caldera is fairly heated yet. And let's go to our next one in Japan, and this is Suwanoshijima. And again, with the bad weather that's been happening in the area, it's very difficult to see what is going on at this one, even if we try to go back in time a little bit. And again, we have that strange object on the screen there, UFO or something moving around with erratic movements. Almost looks like we've got a little bit of brownish smoke coming out of there, but unsure because the quality of the picture there is really not that good. And we've got water on the camera lens or housing, whichever it might be, but there we go. You can see a little bit more of the smoke coming up, but not any lava. This one kind of shows a little bit of the darker glow of the lava, but I'm not sure if that's just a camera setting issue. And then when we go back a little bit further, this is about 3 hours, 10 minutes ago, almost impossible to see. Going back about 5 hours ago, we don't see very much, just a tiny bit, and not sure what the heck is going on there, but that is it for that one. Not going to go back any further, it's just all the same. And that's kind of it for Suwanoshijima, and also for Sakurajima. The ice cream boat, of course, are gone. This thing is looking like it's actually pluming a little bit more, and yeah, it is throwing a little bit more of the whiter material out, so we may see an eruption pop out of there yet again, a heavier one that is, and I definitely want to keep an eye on that. Anyway, we'll leave it on one of these here for the time being, and let's pop over and see what Taal is looking like. And that is our Taal volcano in the early morning hours. Hard to see, but I just want to make sure we're, yep, there we go. And that is what we've got right now. A little bit of steam up there, not a heck of a lot. You can see a little bit right there, so it's kind of what it is. Anyway, Taal Lake, and that is a Taal volcano within Taal Lake. So that's kind of what we're seeing. Quiet and not too much coming out of there at all. And let's carry on to our next one here. And I was going to say there's buffalo there, but there aren't. Let's see if we can get on that. There might be Sasquatches walking by. Look, there's a Sasquatch taking a human, and I don't know. I'm not sure what they're doing. They're going into the woods. Oh no. Um, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. 3 minute warning. Thank you, Piggy. That is awesome. And that is kind of what we've got. So, Old Faithful Yellowstone National Park, and of course, Yellowstone has over 500 active geysers. If you go to the link that Arizona Snowman pulled up there, you will be able to see this feed as well as the wonderful maps they provide and so on. Bigfoot and the Hendersons. Yeah, I remember them, but I don't know. Bigfoot is just, I think it's too much trouble. They eat too much. Expensive, you know? Um, anyway, that is kind of where we're at right now. And I'm hoping they're going to swing that camera around a little bit. Um, well, let's give it a quick shot here. Hawaii. There is our wonderful caldera, and that is wrong. Trying to click on the wrong buttons. We can see again. It's a really a nice neon shot. 2:46 a.m. is when this picture is from this morning, and of course Hawaii time. You can see some of the smaller, lighter spots here, and those are basically from they're drain points for the lava, and you see a little spatter here. There's your toe area all lit up, but that is kind of what we see. The lighter spots here is gas bubbles bubbling up as the lava is draining down and away, and of course natural physics, gas is lighter, it's going to bubble up and pop out onto the surface, keeping those spots visible. Let's have a look at the current picture, and that is what it looks like right now. Nice and full and smooth looking. Yep, the lava pond is indeed quite full, and we see the toe area full as well. Over here you can see a little bit of a vent on top of the lava tube, and of course the lava tube is underneath. You can't see it, but it pours out the new lava at this end here. So really, really cool, and that is thanks. I painted it myself, you guys. It's really wonderful. Anyway, this is interesting here because this is again from 2:48 a.m. Primary vent is over here. Of course, there's our lava pond and the toe area. But instead of way over here having all that lit up stuff today, we've got a bunch right here. And that is pretty cool and awesome. So we know that that is lying around the edges in the lower areas, and that is kind of what we see. Let's refresh that and see what it looks like right now. You can actually see the smoother flows right here, and that is pretty cool. So that is the area that was lit up. Pretty awesome. Primary vent, little secondary one. There's a lava tube going from here to here to here, and then I got into the pond. But there's also lava tubes underneath here feeding that whole area. You can see the outline of a kind of a big circle here. That, of course, is older lava that has cooled a bit and is actually now floating on top of a lava bed that is underneath. And you can see it looks like it goes down, and this is actually raised up and floating on top, which is really cool. So that could be anywhere from about a meter to about 5-6 meters thick, and we know in some spots it is about that, because we could see the depth here inside the lava pond when the lava pond had drained. So that's a pretty good indicator. Anyway, let's, we're getting into a break time here. I just popped into the other one real quick. There's that new area on the other side we see, and there's our lava pond and the toe area, primary vent right there. And that is pretty cool, and to be able to see that. The other ones were over here before, so it's now filling in that area. refreshing that real quick, and this is what it looks like during the daytime. And there's your Pig Island, the original island that was in there, but you also see that is now all part of the bigger island, and that's where we are. You can see the smoother lava over here, but a little hard to see it because of the smoke and conditions. Anyway, primary vent, lava pond, tow area, and then of course the lava tube is coming in this way to feed it. Smoke along the edges indicating that we've got fresher lava hitting the older materials, and that is what it is. Before the Krakens get me, I am going to go for a break, you guys, and I'm going to go back here. We'll put the canned lava back on for you, and I'll leave that in there. I'm going to see if how much. Yeah, we got lots of canned lava there for you to watch yet, so by all means have a peek at that. And I am going to go have a break. Okay, too tired. Thanks for another great stream, Dr. Fox, mods, lavaliers, and lava family. Have a great day / night, everyone. See you tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Yvonne. Take care, and all the best. And stay away from the neighbor's barbecue. All right, on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'm going for a 5-minute break. Keep smiling, be good, and I will be back. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Also, if you're new, please help us out. And if you like what you're seeing, by all means, give it a shot, and definitely subscribe. So, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I will be back in a short while. Don't go away. And the microphone is back on. There we go. And I hope nobody's seeing any of these flying goats anywhere. Oh, welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you are watching VolcanoX live stream. And thank you for the welcome backs from Piggy and Sue Hayes, and I hear you from Sharon Stewart. Alba Girl says welcome back. Kevin Haynes does too, and awesome. Thanks, BMAT. And Dino was in the house as well. Dino is saying from Casper, Wyoming, the temperature is 98 F 36.6 Fahrenheit. Way too hot for this time of year. And Dino, it is. We're still quite warm here in Edmonton as well. And that is, we've been setting records for the last couple of days. So we're at 90 degrees here, and that means we're a heck of a lot further north than you, though. But that is what we got. So thanks also Trevor, and that's cool. All right, that is all good for right now. We wanted to, of course, this is canned lava you're seeing on the screen from the 12th of August, and that was because we don't have any lava right now, and I figured I'd share some of the big scoops of lava with you there that is coming out. So pretty awesome to see. Anyway, we'll turn that off for now, and that is the volcano at present, and you can see it there kind of in the shadows. It is 9:48, or about 10 minutes to 10 p.m. There in Iceland, and that's kind of what we see. Let's go back over to Hawaii, though, because we want to finish that off with the thermal image and go from there. So hang on. Yeah, I had to turn that mic off for a second. Okay, there we go. And popping over, there we go. That, of course, was from 2:44 a.m. There you see your lava pond, the toe area, as we called it. And then, of course, the primary vent is right there. This was the older lava flow from 2 and 3 days ago, still in the cooling process. But that what we looked at earlier here, we can see on the side, and that is pretty awesome to see. Let's refresh that, see if that expanded any. And yep, it did a little bit, and we can see that it started to cool off and did expand a little bit. And that is kind of what we see right there. So that is what the thermal image looked like. I just thought we'd share that with you before we carry on and go to the Hawaiian earthquakes, and we'll cover those right next. So there we are on the earthquake map, and let me get zoomed in. And of course, there is our wonderful Hawaiian island chain, and we will zoom in quite a ways here. Not too close, so we do see this guy out here, 2.9, and that was 16.3 kilometers down from today at 10:16 a.m. And we're going to put that on ocean view so you can see. This is Luihi Seamount, and this is right down on the very base of Luihi Seamount, so way down there. And that gives you a pretty good idea of where it is underwater there. So let's put it back on satellite. We don't actually have as many earthquakes there today, and nothing over in the Mauna Loa area or Mauna Kea. Neither one. We do have the older ones there, but nothing really wild. Anyway, let's have a look and see what we've got. And usually in this area, everything is about 29 to about 35, 36 kilometers down. Starting off with this 2.0 from yesterday at 22:21. Then we have his little buddy right beside him. Happened today at 7:26 a.m. It's a 1.8. And then moving up here a little bit more, 1.8, 3:55 a.m. And then we have a 2.5 from 3:52 a.m. And then we have a 1.7 over here. 9:29 was the time on that guy. The closest one to Pahala itself here is 1.9 and from 10:55. And then we slide over a bit. Take a look at these other ones. We got 2.0, and that is from yesterday at 15:57. And then we have a 2.5, also yesterday's from 1907. And this one also yesterday's 1706 was the time on it, 2.0 in magnitude. And then we have this guy 2.2 from today, 12:36 was the time on that guy. And then this 2.1 from 9:23 a.m. That is basically it for our wonderful earthquakes. And we don't see any more on any of the other areas. And of course, here is our Kilauea crater itself. And we do see the older earthquakes that were kind of underneath it, but definitely it is a lot fuller than what we're seeing in this picture. Of course, this is old in comparison to the stuff we've got now. But anyway, that's it for the Hawaiian earthquake. So nothing super major popping up there, and that is all right. The big ones on the map, of course, is this guy, the 6.9, and what they call the Central Mid-Atlantic Ridge area. And that is definitely a size, big size of a quake. I did check for tsunamis, and it said no tsunami warnings issued, so I'll leave that alone. But that is a very large quake. And looking around, we do see some shifting here, a bunch of little red spots all along the San Andreas Fault. Tells us that the North American plate is definitely doing some movement, along with 3.2 off the coast of Oregon here, which happened today at 1:15 a.m. It says 10 kilometers down. In other words, they don't know exactly how deep. And a little bit unusual further up here, Lincoln, Montana has 2.3, which is out of place from yesterday, 17:53, 9.4 kilometers down. Really odd ones though that I seen, and I wasn't sure about these, and I didn't notice these before, but we had a 2.6 here in Maine, which is really odd. And typically we don't see those, the 2.6, and then there was a smaller one beside it, 1.9, and kind of makes a guy go, what's going on? And then I heard reports of stuff happening in New York, 2.3 there, and I don't know if you can see, yeah, there's the other one, and 1.7. And those ones, that's already a little older, so from August 30th. But they say there's another one that happened there in New York. Let's take a look on the other map here real quick. And I don't see it listed here either, even though they said it was. They had it up on the top browser here going across, but I guess they decided to pull it away, so we're not seeing that. But that is kind of it. Let's get back onto the other map. And going around though, I'll go down here, Kadamak Ridge here, pretty good there. Vanuatu had this guy, Loyalty Islands and New Caledonia, actually same area, right in between 5.3, and that is 10 kilometers down from 14:15 their time. Still quite active, very close to Luolatok volcano, 4.4 here in Timor-Leste, and that is from 9:39 a.m. 165 kilometers down, and a 4.6 right beside it. And that was yesterday's at 1712 from 145 kilometers down. We do see a new one here, 5.1, Indonesia, 57.3 kilometers down from today at 2052, or sorry, 252, not 2052. Looking at this guy, Philippines, and that is 57.3 kilometers down from 8:48 a.m. and going up a little bit more north end. We see of the Philippines, that is. We see this guy 4.5, 3.5, 35 kilometers down, and 32 yesterday. Going up a little bit more, we see this one here in the Izu island of Japan, and of course that is a subduction zone right there. And from 13:53 was the time on that guy. 5.1, and then we also had a 4.5 to add to the little stack that is right here, and that again is another subduction zone that we are looking at. And that is kind of it. So we don't see any more here, and I'm surprised. Carlsberg Ridge, no more pressure being applied. So our quakes here in Greece will probably ease up a little bit, and we won't see too many more of those since the tension has gone. And that, of course, was because of the pressure here pushing up on this plate, pushing up on the Anatolian plate up there, microplate, and then that in turn is rotating, and it's pushing up against the Aegean plate there in Greece. We do see that guy listed 4.5 and the northern portions there of going away from Iceland, but on the mid-Atlantic ridge. So that's what we've got. And that's about it for those earthquakes going out here. Real quick, and we're going to refresh this and see what we've got in the Azores. No, not the Azores, Canary Islands. That's the ones we want. Anyway, let's have a quick look. We do see some interesting ones all the way along here, but let's take a look and see what La Palma is doing. And for today, on the 4th, we only have the one brand new quake, and that is fairly far. Well, I don't know if that's actually right near the lava flows or not. I thought the lava flows were a little bit further north, but that may have an effect on that one. It's 15 kilometers down, 4:37 a.m., 1.4 in magnitude, so not that big. And if we zoom out, we do see some flashing over here. And this was from 1946, 3.2, and that's what we see there. And again, this is where the plates kind of collide, and that's your Eurasian plate up there, and down on the bottom, of course, is the African plate, and the ridge in between here kind of follow the earthquakes, and you'll see where it is. So that's what we've got there. These ones are a little bit older. This is 2.8 from yesterday at 15:38. That guy there is, where is he? That is 3.2, 96 kilometers down from 1700 on the 1st. So it's older already, going up a little bit more. 2.7. This one was from yesterday at 1724, 180 kilometers down. And this guy here, of course, is from yesterday as well at 2:29 a.m., 3.6. It doesn't give a depth. So that is definitely showing some movement in the Eurasian plate. And, we're seeing quakes all over the place. And I think that's basically what we've got happening there. Hey, Emily, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. Debbie is also here. Welcome, Debbie, and thanks for renewing your membership. That is awesome. And Kevin Haynes just gifted one membership. Awesome, Kevin. And Kevin Haynes. And let's see who ends up getting that one. Gifted one. There we go. And that is pretty awesome. Okay, so that is what we've got there. And I think what we'll do is we'll kind of leave that for now on the earthquakes. And well, what I'll do is I'll put it back on the canned lava. I'm going to take a quick break here, or well, a 5-minute break anyway. And then we'll come back and do our wonderful weather and the rest of what we need to cover. So pretty cool stuff. And thanks everyone for being here, and we'll get back to it. There's the canned lava, and that is from the 12th, of course. So be good, you guys, and thank you. And BMAT, thanks for renewing your membership. That's awesome. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And I will be back in about 5 minutes. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. We're getting close to 100, and hopefully we'll be able to push it over that. So awesome. Yep, 7 months already. All fun. Thank you. Yeah. And BMAT, time just flies. It's 8 months. Yep. Wow. So anyway, yeah, Dr. Fox, the deep quakes in the Azores remind me of 1755. Rattan National subduction. Stuff. Okay, well, that could be. I don't know. You were there, Irish. I wasn't, so I didn't come along for a couple 100 years yet. So anyway, be good, and I'll leave her there for right now, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. So keep smiling and be good, and I'll be back. Don't go anywhere, and that's all cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. Let's see if we can get some music on there. Maybe. I'll make sure that it's turned up too. There we go. I'll be back. And the microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you all on board. And hi, Daddy Fox. Welcome back. Thanks, Piggy. And welcome back, Uncle Doc. And that's awesome. Thanks, old mummy of hamsters. And then thank you, Scott. Welcome, Emily. Glad to have you on board. And Sue says welcome back, as well as Kevin and BMAT saying 5x5. Andy Morgan, thanks. And Sharon Stewart, I hear you. Dr. Fox, thank you. Susie, also here. Thanks, Susie. And Irish says welcome back. We're what, Anthony? In your dancing in the garden? Okay. While you're down there, keep the magpies out of the water bowl. Okay. I don't mind them having a drink, but they're trying to use it as a bathtub again. We can't allow that. Anyway, the squirrel came and drank, which is really good. But he says too hot for cookies, so he's not coming for a cookie today, maybe later. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, we did most of our wonderful stuff. We had to go over the weather yet and stuff like that. So we'll have a quick look at that, and then we'll trek around one more time just to see what's popping, if anything. So let's stop our canned lava for right now. And of course, that is the scene, what you see in Iceland right now of our wonderful volcano, and very dark and no active lava, no nothing. And we still have a chance. There is still hope. There is still hope. So may the force be with us, and we will see a little bit more lava coming out of the Siggy Fissure in the few days. Keeping fingers crossed with the tectonic plate action, hopefully. Anyway, let's get over to our weather. I'm going to try to locate that. I did have to reboot yesterday, so everything is messed up, you guys. And there we go. Let's click on that. Gonna refresh this guy real quick, and there is our SO2. What? HY. Okay. The tropical superstorm is super cyclone is headed towards Korea now. We see it there. We'll have a look at that in a bit on the other maps. Anyway, looking at North America, not bad as far as the SO2 levels, and we do see some of it kind of being picked up by the jet stream and being kind of lifted up into the north there, but not that big of a deal. And looking here in Mexico, we see that storm here. It was up here. I don't know if that's the one that was up here or here. We'll find out on the other one, but this might have been moving up this way, and the other one was sitting here and kind of gave out. We'll see. And that would have been Javier. We'll see. Anyway, we do see the plumes going into the Pacific and twirling there. And then, of course, a lot of the stuff that is pretty standard from what we see. We do see this weather pattern has changed here big time. And that, of course, the flow here is kind of reversed and still going out into the Atlantic area, but we do see a lot of SO2 in the Amazon, which is a little bit on the odd side, but hey, it is what it is. Zooming into Australia, New Zealand, White Isle volcano down here. Still off-gassing and not as heavily though as it was. And looking here, refineries are going near Melbourne, not too much there. Coal coking above Sydney, still pretty normal. And this would be Tofua here in Tonga, and that is still doing its thing. And with it's kind of odd. The plume is going this way, the wind is going that way. It's really weird. We'll see what happens in the future here. Anyway, Vanuatu and his buddies are still doing their thing. Still seeing quite a bit of SO2 coming out of Papua New Guinea. And looks like Luolotok has stepped it up a little bit. All those quakes that we've had in the area here have really kind of shaken this thing up a bit and allowed it to go a little bit more. And then we have this red area here. That, of course, is Semeru and Ra'ung. And that is what is creating that red spot. And then, of course, Merapi in the middle. And down on the end here is our wonderful Krakatau, son of Krakatoa. And there is that plume. As we continue up, though, we do know that Ibu and Dakono are still working away, doing their things. And then in here we see Mayon, and of course a lot of this from this plume here is more from the city of Manila and people pollution rather than coming off of Taal volcano and Taal Lake. So that is kind of what we've got there. Sliding up, we see the wind. Yeah, that storm actually has moved up, and there it is. So it was sitting here really nailing these poor people here in Taiwan, and now we see it has moved north. And if it goes in here and gets into our Korean areas, hopefully it'll calm down a little bit. I don't know if the differences between a category 2 or 3 and a category of a super typhoon, so big differences in them, I'm sure. Not seeing as much coming from Suwanosi-jima or from no longer that heavy plume coming out of Sakura-jima either, so that's kind of what we're seeing. Going up north here, we do see a bunch of off-gassing here. Not sure what is happening on these islands, but we do know that we do have volcanic activity here on this one, and that's Chikorachki, Chikorachki and Ibiko right in there, and then Karimsky would be in here, and then Bezimiani and Chevalash making this wonderful plume that is being drawn upward into the cold abyss up top. And looking down here a little bit more, we don't see too much unusual activity. India, pretty standard for what we've seen from before. And down here in South Africa, still a bunch of gold smelting going on, and also platinum, and that of course is a dirty process, and throwing a lot of that SO2 out into the oceans. And then we see here is of course in DR Congo, they do have coking plants here very close to the volcano as well, so a combination of the two. Urta Ale would be sitting right around here, but very difficult to tell with all the pollution coming from Saudi Arabia. And looking in this area, Italy and Sicily, a lot less of the SO2 coming off of that area, a lot lighter plume. Stromboli be up here, Etna about here, and the Volcano would be somewhere in there. So that is what we've got for SO2 in most places. A little bit in England because of temperature. Same thing with Germany. Looking up in the north here, we don't see any SO2, or very, very little in Norway, Sweden, or Finland. We are seeing a plume, though, coming off of here, and I'm wondering if that plume looks more like it's coming from that side, and likely from the aluminum smelter that is going on there. So pretty cool, pretty interesting. Let's go over and have a look at our actual weather temperatures first. Going to refresh this screen and make sure it is up to date, and we'll get it going there. There we go. And you can see, of course, the heat that is in Canada, quite a bit there. Looks like Alaska, the top, is starting to cool off real good. Still very, very warm up here. This is just odd. Again, we're back to plus 20-degree temperatures up in the northern portions here, and Nunavut, as well as in Northwest Territories, not so much in the Yukon, but still a very, very warm up there. That's crazy for this time of year. You know, it is absolutely crazy. I haven't seen it like that ever, so very interesting to say the least. Anyway, you can see the hot areas here in the prairies covering Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and then a greater portion of northern Ontario as well. As soon as you get into Hudson's Bay, a lot cooler there. And looking at actually bottom end of Ontario here, still fairly nice on the bottom end here, but starts to cool off once you get past Montreal. That high up there, of course, is probably going to pull some of the temperature down from up north. And we see Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick areas still holding some good temperature for right now, which is really awesome. And getting into the U.S. Eastern states, some really wonderful high temperatures still pounding in there, which is really awesome. From I guess all the way from Maine down to Florida, it is looking pretty warm. A little bit cooler right here in the middle, but still not really unseasonable or anything like that. So enjoyable for the most part. And we see the kind of Midwest area here. Wow, some good cooking temperatures in Montana, North and South Dakota, as well as here in Wyoming still. And then you pick a place out here in the west, and lots of temperature. Las Vegas, Nevada, probably cooking very, very high. Death Valley, there we go, 118 Fahrenheit, 48 degrees Celsius. And of course, we see those temperatures along the coast as well, very, very high. Super, super hot in both bottom end of Arizona, and then of course, California. Hot, hot, hot. Not so bad in here in Texas, but still quite warm, and that is just incredible to see those temperatures there, and really makes a guy kind of wonder what's going on. Okay, so what I want to do here is just for a second, yeah, there it is. So our Javier has gone up here, and this is the new storm down here. So this guy I thought was going to cut in land a little bit more, but he's just going up the outside of the coast, and I guess too much downward pressure is probably going to kill that low, but we see this low working real well over here, and this could turn into our next storm. We also see this one here, and again, I don't know if they had a name on that one. Earl the Soul Singer, there he is, and Danielle out here in the middle of the Atlantic. So Caribbean, that is actually just north of Puerto Rico right now, so they're probably seeing a bunch of rain and bad weather. Looking at most of Brazil, very warm, and it's holding its temperature 30, 32, and that is for the most part all over there. Looks like we have a little bit more heat getting down into Argentina, which is really nice. Buenos Aires at 15, 16 today. Probably a little bit cooler in Uruguay, but that's okay. Bolivia is still showing, like I say, kind of 20 degrees in the northern parts. Down here in the cold area, 15, 16 degrees, not bad. A little bit warmer on the coast today there for Chile and Peru as well, but the higher elevations are still very, very cold. Looking down at the bottom end of the South American continent, very, very cold. And then, of course, out here we are looking at this area. That would be our South Sandwich Islands, and that -2, -3. Very, very cold for them right now. It is wintertime down there, and they're coming into summer. So, sliding over to New Zealand a little bit, and very cold temperatures today. This high here is just drawing all that cold air upward. And this low is not. Both of these lows aren't helping because they are helping that stream move along very nicely. And you see the very, very cold temperatures in New Zealand, anywhere from 1 to about 8 or 9 degrees, 10 degrees at the very north, 10, 11. So even very cold on the North Island, and doesn't get warm till you get out here on the peninsula. But for the most part, that is what we're seeing. Colder temperatures right now. Same thing goes for over here in Tasmania, and that is pretty awesome. Wow, it's cold for those poor people and that darn high. And yeah, you know, we haven't seen Leo for a while. The poor guy's probably froze to death. He's got to start his barbecue back up. From Melbourne there, and anyway, looking at Sydney, not very warm, 11, 12 degrees. Adelaide coming in at about 8. Melbourne is probably about 8 as well. Perth looks a little bit warmer today at 13, 14 in that area. And hopefully all that rain has left the Brisbane area, and they are about 12, 13 as well in that area. So sliding up a little bit into our Malaysian, Indonesian area. We know things got pretty wonky there. Nothing intended about wonky donkeys, but I'm talking about a storm that has moved up from sitting beside Thailand for the last 3 days. So in a way, I'm glad it's moving, but unfortunately, it's still a Category 3 typhoon. So those people best be careful. And looking at the Bangkok temperature, still a little bit cooler, I'm assuming 26 degrees, 78 Fahrenheit, and 98% relative humidity, likely raining there. So that is what we're seeing, and that's probably caused by this storm, as well as this low here helping out. Dumping colder air, and even though they have a high sitting right there and a high sitting there, probably not helping too much. Okay, sliding over a little bit more, we take a look here, and we see that Saudi Arabia is still very hot. Same thing with Iraq and Syria and those areas. A little bit more temperature back into Iran as well. Looks like the temperatures creeping up into the mountains, which is nicer to see. Looks like about the same here in Yemen, as well as Oman and UAE. The further we slide over, though, we see some very high temps again in the Sahara Desert. So that is still holding in fairly well, and a lot of the higher temperatures in the Caribbean. Zooming in to Greece and that area, we see a major flow of air coming through here, and hopefully that's going to bring some storm systems with it, and we'll see what happens. Right now for Piggy, 27, 28 degrees. Wow, Piggy, you must be really quite hot again still. This is incredible. So we'll leave that be, and we'll take a look at the precipitation possibilities in the future here. Looking at what we see in Sicily, and not, well, again, the temperatures came back up from what they were yesterday, as well as here in Italy, maybe the higher elevations a little cooler, but still quite nice all the way through. And we see the kind of the lower plains here in Milano area, and that is kind of still holding some real nice heat. And of course the Italian side of the Alps kind of blocking that heat from going too much further north there, and keeping it nice. And let's see, Spain real quick, looking at it, they are still holding some higher temps as well. Hopefully it'll cool off overnight for them a little bit. Same thing with France, and very, very interesting to see that they are still holding that much heat. Looking at Germany, Munich down here 16, Berlin 16, Hamburg 16, and a little bit warmer Cologne over here, looking a little bit more like 18. Same thing with Frankfurt. So that is kind of what we see there. Looking here in Belgium, as well as Luxembourg, and of course Holland, they are still holding some really nice warm temperatures. Same thing with England, is still looking pretty warm, slightly cooler in Wales, and up here in Scotland a little bit cooler, but still very warm. And I see the wind is coming from the east going to the west here, and that is a little unusual for our good Irish monk to have the winds coming from the other side. But 15, 16 degrees Celsius in the Doolin area, that is all right, and that is kind of what we see for right now. Looking at Norway, Sweden, and of course Finland, and then the northern parts of Russia, 3-4 degrees in Moscow, Bur, and the same thing goes for some of the areas of Finland, as well as, oh, did I see 1 degree. Higher elevations definitely colder, and Sweden and Norway both not the warmest places to go. Right on the coast it's a little bit warmer right now, but still not that great. Sliding over to Iceland real quick, with all that heat coming out here, I'm surprised it's not a little bit warmer, but they are getting a little bit of a push with that warmer air, and looking at 9-10 degrees in the area here on the Reykjanes Peninsula, and the coastline about 9-10 all the way through. The interior and the ice fields, of course, a lot colder. Up in the top northern areas, still holding some heat as well, 9, 10, 11 degrees, depending on where you are. So that's kind of what we've got there. And I think we've covered most of that. So there's our storms: Danielle, Earl, Javier, and 93E, and then of course Hinamor is right there, and that was a super typhoon, and is now a Category 3 typhoon. So still pretty darn big. Let's have a look at precipitation around the planet, and let's take a look at North America first. We see a little bit of rain up here in Alaska and the Yukon, slipping into Northwest Territories and British Columbia and the western coast. There's that system that I said was going to kind of give them the problem, and it is. So we have some of that sliding into the interior of British Columbia as well. Looking here, most of Canada showing fairly clear right now. Still that low sitting over Hudson's Bay doing its thing. A couple of highs here in Ontario, and that is what we got. And then we see this storm here kind of working its way through the bottom end of it in the St. Lawrence Seaway, coming out towards the island here in Newfoundland, that kind of thing. A little drier looking in Nova Scotia, PEI, Prince Edward Island. What's the other one? New Brunswick. There we go. Had to think about that. I hate those storms. Anyway, we see the western portions of the U.S. are very clear and dry as far as precipitation. It's not till you get down to the Gulf area here in Texas where you start to see stuff all the way into Mexico, and that is, of course, coming up all the way to Chicago and bottom end of Ontario and going all the way to New York. The East Coast would be dry for the most part until you get down into, I guess, South Carolina's southern border here, and going into Georgia and Alabama and those states. So Mississippi and what's the other one? Louisiana down there. That's what I was looking for. They're getting some of that. Sliding down a bit more, we see those storms. So this one getting replaced with this one. Mother Nature didn't think it was big enough, I guess. And we do have that guy there, and this one out in the ocean. Not as many storms happening in the northern portions of our rainforest areas in the Amazon. Sliding down to the bottom end of Chile, we see where that system is looping around that low, definitely working on pulling in a lot of that stuff, and that high right there is really not helping that flow any, speeding it up. Sliding over and having a look at New Zealand, and there you go, that low sitting in between New Zealand and of course Australia is causing the problems. Is that what I see? Yes, it is. It's snow falling down on the bottom of the South Island of New Zealand, and that is horrible. There's even snow right there, and we've seen that with those cold temperatures. And of course this low is certainly being a vacuum cleaner, pulling a lot of that cold air upward and causing that. We do see the warmer temperatures that we noticed on the peninsula, and that's because it's that same low is pulling some of that warm air down too. But we've got some speedy winds in there, not too favorable. Bottom end of Tasmania getting nailed. I'm surprised they don't have some snow down there too. And Hobart getting rained upon. Melbourne, no rain right now, but lots of fog in the area from the looks of things. Sliding up the coast a little bit. Brisbane not getting any rain either, which is okay. And then we get over to Perth, and they've got some rain, and then we also have some extra weather out in the western portions of Australia. Looking at what we've got in the Philippines, Malaysian, and Indonesian areas, boy, is that ever a mess. And of course, there is our Category 3 now, typhoon, and that is sitting in basically the East China Sea right now, and if it heads north here, it may end up going almost right beside South and North Korea here into the Yellow Sea area. We do still see over in the Sea of Japan has got quite a bit of a system in it as well. Sliding up a little bit more, we see the Kamchatka Peninsula, not too bad. A couple spots in there, and looks like snow in a couple places. And up here, and looking at there, that low got replaced by a high up here, but I don't know if that's going to help any. We still see a lot of snow happening. Looking at the rest of India and those areas, bottom end of India getting nailed pretty bad. I'm surprised we're not seeing more storm activity here in Madagascar like we did last year. And let's see, equatorial storm, just to zoom out a little bit, you still see that quite prevalent. And zooming in here a little bit, and this is where I want to see what is coming for Piggy. Fast wind flows, but no rain. I'm sorry, Piggy. I tried, Dr. Fox, to add to your updates. Noah, I know you were around back then when he built the ark, but no, I don't want to use Noah. I have enough material already. Knew it, no rain, you're right. And Noah isn't going to help. But thanks for the suggestion, Irish Monk. I do appreciate that, and I do have access to the stuff from Noah, and all good. So, yeah. Anyway, we see, yeah, there's lots of things. I could keep adding all kinds of things to the stream, but I'm trying to keep it down to a 2-hour stream, and we're already basically 3 hours every time I have a stream. So I got to figure out how to crunch it down a little bit, right? So adding more is not good, and more is not necessarily better. Anyway, nothing there in Spain. We see a little bit of storms in France, and nothing in Germany, Poland, those areas. And we get out here to Irish Monk land, and he's got 3 lows to deal with. And he's going to be getting some rain, and that is coming. And unfortunately for them, they'll get a lot of it. And looking here at the top end of our European continent, we don't see too much up in the northern portions, so pretty dry out there for them. And really up here in Russia as well, they're getting some. It looks a little bit drier in Iceland, which is okay, but not that great. Okay, and that kind of gives you a pretty good synopsis of what's going on there. We do still see here in the Davis Strait and Baffin Bay, as they call it, beside Baffin Island, we do see that system there. We also see up here in Ellesmere Island is definitely getting some snow. Same thing with Greenland. So that's kind of what we got up there. All right, let's take a quick peek over and find our lowest temperature for today. And we'll see how quickly I can find something that is horribly cold. And this could be interesting. And minus 72, 73, 74. So yeah, I found a minus 74 already. So that is pretty nasty, but let's see if we can find something just a little cooler. 62, 63. Might have to settle for that minus 74. And not seeing the really cold temps here today. And yep, looks like minus 74 is where I'm going to be at, minus 74, and that's where I'm going to leave it. There, Sue says she found minus 77 Celsius. Wow, that is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome, and very cold. And of course I found minus 74, so It's still really between the two temperatures, it's not that big of a deal. So Sue wins by a few degrees, but as far as the low temp, I don't know if I want to call that a winner though. That might actually be the loser, right? You freeze a little faster. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but that is what we've got for today, you guys. So pretty awesome nonetheless. And I am going to, I'll leave it there. And I wish we could have a warmer temperature. So make sure you bundle up your penguins, and make sure if you're up in the northern portions here in any of those dark red zones, that you have your air conditioner on. 3 degrees. 3C is a very, very close virtual tie. Sharon Stewart, pretty much, like I say, after a minus 40 degrees Celsius, it really doesn't matter anymore. It's too cold, okay? It's way too cold. Even minus 40 C is way too cold. But we'll leave it at that. So anyway, thank you, everyone, and we're glad that we had you all here today. And of course, today being a Sunday, tomorrow is Monday, we will be back to a regular time tomorrow, even though it is a holiday here in North America for most places. We are going to do our thing. Good night, Evie, and you're very welcome. And Sue also saying good night to all the others. And thanks, Sue, for being here. Appreciate your help and all your content and stuff that you send in. And it is really appreciated. So never take that any other way. We appreciate what you do. So awesome, you guys. And that is Agus, something. I hope that's something nice, Irish monk. Is that a menu item? Is that Angus and cod sandwich Sammy's or something? I don't know what that says. I'm kidding. I'm sure it was a nice good night greeting. And that is awesome, Irish monk. And Irish monk, I really hope that you do feel better in the future, and that your leg heals up without any issues. And hopefully there's not going to be any more of those repeats for a little while. So 20 weeks is a long time. And sleep with angels. There you go. And that is good stuff, you guys. So on that friendly note, let's put it back on the canned lava. Actually, I wanted to check real quick at Suwanosi Jima. No, not Suwanosi. Sakura Jima. See if it's still doing its thing. Hey, the ice cream boat is leaving. Where's it coming? It's going very slow. I can't tell. It almost looks like it stopped. Oh no, the ice cream boat ran out of energy. Why is my screen stopped? There we go. It's coming in for landing. It waited for us. That's awesome. So yeah, if you want to go grab an ice cream, you certainly can. You see the ice cream boat is coming in. So that is cool. And quick peek back over at the top of this Sakurajima, and we see that it is easing up. It is still smoking quite heavily, but that is all right. Anyway, that is where we'll leave it for right now, you guys. So you can go get your ice cream, and that is all fun. And I will put it back on our canned lava for the rest of the stream. And I thank everyone for being here. I really appreciate the moderators, of course, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, CND Boy, and any of the other ones that were in the background. You guys are awesome, and thanks for helping out. I really appreciate that. And also a big thank you to the people that threw in the super chats. Irish Monk, Old Mummy of Hamsters, thank you. Sharon Stewart. Sharon Stewart gets a super, super big thank you, and I really do appreciate that. And of course, Kevin Haynes renewed a membership, as well as several others. So thank you guys, and really do appreciate that. All the people in here that are members, the ones in green, of course, we really do appreciate your support, as well as everyone in the Lava family. You guys are all awesome. On that friendly note, be good, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see everyone tomorrow night. And just keep smiling, stay happy, and most of all, please, please, and I really mean this, tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. Take care, everyone, and good night. Oink, oink. Oh, by the way, the squirrel's drinking water. Oh, good night, everyone. Thank you. Oink, oink. Bye.